Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. In today's coverage of the ongoing civil war taking place inside of the former state of Ethiopia, the fighting obviously continues. And I want to say first, I will be doing another video later on in the day. That'll be more of an extensive video about this subject matter, but I wanted to go ahead and try and give an update of some of the day's events over the last 24 hours and some information that is coming in that we have obtained. So first and foremost, as we know, the Tigrayan Defense Forces withdrew from the environments of Dec, Kombolcha, and then eventually Weldia, Mersa, and other areas in the Amhara region and has pulled back into the Tigray region proper. Now, we can also confirm that this withdrawal was a very organized withdrawal. So much of the combat power that was being utilized in the operational zone, especially in Dec, Kombolcha, Weldia, those forces were in fact maintained and removed from the northern Amhara region with very, very few casualties. There was reports at one point coming in, and I had even seen in some of the comment section, and that was relating to the fact that the Tigrayan Defense Forces had been surrounded south of Weldia, near Weldia, and other parts of the Amhara region, and many of those forces did not make it out of the Amhara region. And that is simply not a fact. That is simply false. It is a false narrative. Those forces, in fact, were able to withdraw out of the northern Amhara region. And in fact, as they were withdrawing from the Amhara region, many bridges and infrastructure that would support a possible Abiy loyalist invasion of the Tigray region by some of the road networks were in fact destroyed by the Tigrayan Defense Forces as they prepared to depart the area. And again, it just wasn't one bridge, it has been multiple bridges to delay any sort of advance by the Abiy loyalists into the Tigray region. So again, the Tigrayan Defense Forces withdrew into the Tigray region, and now we're starting to get reports that in fact elements of the Abiy loyalist army and Amhara regional militia groups have in fact entered the southern Tigray region, quite possibly entering Alamata, and that's kind of where we stand at the moment. So again, the information coming out of the Abiy loyalist camp in terms of leadership statements would indicate initially that they have no intent of initiating an all-out invasion of the Tigray region. Well, let's face it, they have already done that. That has already occurred. It has already happened. They continue to deploy the Anaconda strategy, which cuts off all vital elements of necessity for the Tigray region, such as food, clean water, and more importantly, the food issue is of a major hindrance for the people that live inside of the Tigray region. And again, that one component is being cut off as they are looking in part of that Anaconda strategy to starve the population of the Tigray region, with the hopes that that strategy would then make the population turn on the leadership elements within the Tigray region. But again, as long as the Anaconda strategy continues, as long as there are continued attacks by drones and elements of the Abiy loyalist Air Force, which has been very significant over the past a week. Again, we have seen Alamata basically, for all intents and purposes, carpet bombed, and those airstrikes continue, especially the use of long-range, long-endurance drone operations that are continuing to occur. So the olive branch was extended by the Tigray region, by the Tigrayan Defense Forces. Again, I don't think that was so much for the leadership of the Abiy regime and the Amhara regional militia units. That was more for the United States State Department and other Western leaders to say basically, hey, look, we have acquiesced. We have withdrawn from the Amhara region. Now we need the Anaconda strategy to stop. We need a no-fly zone to be implemented in terms of the continued onslaught by the Abiy loyalist air force that is really bombing quite a bit of infrastructure and civilian targets inside of the Tigray region. Whereas the drone strikes obviously are more precise, the actual attacks by the Ethiopian National Defense Forces Air Force, utilizing those Su-27s as bomb trucks, the MiG-23s as bomb trucks, again, do not have that capability to deliver precision-guided munitions and dump their ordnance on towns and cities throughout the Tigray region. And that was more or less the response by what some people see as a olive branch by the Tigrayan Defense Forces towards the Abiy loyalist government. But again, the statements that are coming out of the Abiy loyalist camp indicate they have no desire at all to negotiate or have conversations that would result in a possible ending of the war and wish to continue the war. Now, with that being said, obviously, right now, in terms of the Abiy loyalist camp, things appear to be optimistic. But again, appearances are not always what they seem. So again, as we have seen this conflict change very rapidly in the course of this conflict, obviously the Tigrayan Defense Forces are not simply going to sit on their laurels and allow the Abiy loyalists to continue to bomb the Tigray region, continue with its Anaconda strategy, and a response, a military response of some sort, can be anticipated. What is that going to look like? Well, there's a variety of options on the table right now. The Tigray Defense Forces still, again, maintains a very robust and sizable capability. And again, much of that capability was in a very organized manner was withdrawn from the northern Amhara region, while it destroyed infrastructure that would help facilitate a renewed invasion by the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, aka the Abiy loyalist forces, and the Amhara regional defense forces as well. But again, we're continuing to watch the situation very closely. We understand that the Abiy loyalist forces have in fact entered southern Tigray. They have in fact entered Alamata. They have not proceeded much north past Alamata at this point. Again, as they were to move past Alamata, deeper in the Tigray region, history would start to repeat itself again in terms of the tactics that would be utilized by the Tigrayan Defense Forces that we have seen in the past in this conflict. And again, the Abiy loyalist forces have a very, very bitter pill in their mouth from operations that took place many months ago. The casualties that were sustained by the Abiy loyalists in the Tembian region and throughout the Tigray region by the Tigrayan Defense Forces. But again, we're going to continue to monitor the situation and report. I'll have some more information very, very soon on some other events that we are following very, very closely. But again, we hope you will join us. Thanks for watching. More to come very, very soon. Have a good day, everybody.